Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa and you are watching Life with Melissa plus 8. So I kind of wanted to start the first video off by talking about my story of when I was 16 and pregnant, how I found out, and I'm going to take you guys back to my junior year in high school. I was 16 and I was with my boyfriend for about a year. I was working at the time at a family practice office during the springtime. I was hired to work after school Monday through Friday. So I was working. I was working there after school Monday through Friday, and it so happened to be that it was our family doctor's office, and my mom also worked there as their billing person. So I was there at work with my mom, and I was complaining to her on how I was having a lot of cramping. I've had a history from 13 and on of getting ovarian cyst. So I just thought maybe it was that I was getting another cyst, or I had another cyst. So I told my mom, you know what, I'm having a lot of pain. Can you tell the doctor? What should I do? So she did. She told the doctor, and the doctor sent me out to get an ultrasound. And I went and I had that done. And a couple of days later, my results come in, and I so happened to be there at work. When they came in through the fax machine, I got them, and I saw my name on there, and I saw that it said 5-week gestational sac, measuring at whatever measurements I had. And I was like, 5-week gestational sac? Like, what is that? Like, I was so dumb. I was so naive. I was just, I didn't even think that I could be pregnant. So I pulled my chart, put it on the doctor's desk, and really didn't think anything of it. Until later that afternoon, sure enough, my mom called me into her office, and she was like, Melissa, you are pregnant. And I was like, what? I'm pregnant? And she said, yeah, you are 5 weeks pregnant. And I think she still even couldn't believe it. Looking at the paper with the results, that wasn't enough for her. So she told the nurse there, you know what, give her a pregnancy test. So I went to the restroom, took the test, and sure enough, it was positive. So she said, no, you know what, take another one. So I went and I took another one, and again, positive. So yeah, I found out at work that I was pregnant, and I just remember my mom's face. She was filled with so much anger, hurt, disappointment. I know that she wanted a lot more for me. She wanted me to do more things she didn't do. She was also a teen mom. So she always told us, go to school, don't get pregnant young, go to college, get a degree. So once she found out I was pregnant, it was like, to her, like all that, I don't know if it went away. She was just, I don't know, she just was thinking negative, I guess. I mean, I could understand her 16-year-old daughter pregnant. What was she gonna do? She was probably thinking that, what is my daughter gonna do? So I totally understand. She was very upset, but thankfully she got past her anger and was there for me. She supported me through my pregnancy. She went to doctor visits with me. She went to my first ultrasound with me, and she was good. It was kind of after my daughter was born. I had a girl in December of 2000. I had a girl, and I just kept doing what I had to do. I went to school. I didn't go to regular school anymore. I went to independent study, where I went to school for a couple of hours a day, and then I did most of my homework. But it got hard. It got really hard with my daughter, so I kind of stopped just the whole school thing. I just stopped, and I went to work. I went to work part-time because it was so yeah, I stopped going to school and I went to work. I couldn't really depend on anyone else. I had a child at 17. Once my daughter was born, I had turned 17, so my mom had other kids to take care of, and my boyfriend at the time was working, but I don't know, I felt like I needed to take care of my daughter myself, and I went and I got a part-time job and I took care of my daughter. But all things changed when I found out 10 months after my daughter was born that I was pregnant again at 17. I found out a month before I turned 18 years old that I was pregnant again. And this time it was really different. It was a lot harder to take in. So finding out I was pregnant again at 17, 1 month before I turned 18, was very hard. Not only for me, but for my mom. I think that kind of just set her off. She was just like, you know what? She pretty much just gave me an ultimatum. She said, if you are going to keep this baby, you need to move out. She couldn't support me through another pregnancy. I don't know, she wasn't having it. She said, if you have this baby, you're gonna move out. If you're gonna stay here, you need to have an abortion. And at that time, being so young, I said, okay, you know what? I have nowhere else to go. I don't know what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna have an abortion. So I waited until I turned 18, so I was able to go to my appointment by myself, without any parent there. So I went, and my younger sister, Monica, went with me. So at this time I was about a couple months along. I was over 18 already, so I was able to schedule my own appointment. And I went to the abortion clinic. When I got there, my sister walked in with me, and I gave my insurance card to the lady at the front desk. But she said, you know what, in order for us to do this, we need your ID. And I didn't have my ID at the time, just my insurance card. So I said, no, well, then I need to go home. I need to go home and get it. So I told my sister, well, let's go. And when we left, I was like, you know what, this is a sign from God. Like, this is not supposed to happen. I'm supposed to keep this baby. So we went to a park that was there down the street, and we got off, and we were just sitting there on the bench, and I just told her, you know what, I couldn't do it. I can't have the abortion. I want to keep my baby. But I was so scared. How was I gonna tell my mom that I was gonna keep it, and what was I gonna do? And I say my mom because she was the one that was pretty much there during this time. Her and my dad were having a rough time during their marriage, and at this point they were already separated. My dad wasn't living with us anymore. So I respected her a lot, and I wanted to listen to her, but at the same time, I didn't want to have an abortion. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to get rid of my child. So I told my sister, okay, you know what, we're just gonna go home and act like we did it, right? Like if I had the abortion, like I'm not gonna say nothing, I don't say nothing, and if my mom asked, like, yeah, just, you know, I had the abortion. But she didn't even ask. I went home and she said nothing, I said nothing. So I think a couple of days later I told her, you know what, I'm gonna keep this baby, and I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to provide for my kids and go to school and you know, move forward. So she was okay with it during my pregnancy. She was fine. But as soon as my son was born, I had a boy. He was born in July of 2002. So as soon as he was born, it was just drama all the time. I'm pretty sure my mom was still upset with me. I think since I was the oldest of all my sisters, she expected me to do more, to help her more. And I couldn't anymore because I had my own kids to take care of. So we were always fighting and arguing. And when my son was a couple months old, I just said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And she pretty much said the same thing, like, you know what, you need to move out. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you need to go. So I did. I packed my stuff and I went to stay the night at my boyfriend's mom's house. And I remember getting there that night and we slept on the living room floor. And I remember thinking, like, this is not what I want. I don't want to sleep on the floor in someone else's house. Although it was grateful that they let us stay there, that's not what I wanted for myself and my kids. So I went and I got my own apartment at 18. I did struggle. At the time, my boyfriend was at a place too where he needed a lot of growing up to do, and he did. Over time, he did. But I couldn't count on anyone but myself to pull me forward and to pull my kids forward. So I had to do what I had to do. I went and I got a car with the help of my grandparents. They helped me get a car. And I went and I got me a full-time job. And I was able to have one of my younger sisters help me take care of the kids. Like during summer, but when she went back to school, my grandma offered to take care of them, so she would take care of my two kids while I went to school. And I worked all day and came home to them at night. But as long as I was able to take care of them, so that's my story. Being pregnant at 16 and 17, but still managing to get the strength to say, you know what, these are your kids, and you just gotta keep pushing. Do what you gotta do. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that I didn't have that abortion that day, because my son wouldn't be here today. And he is a handsome, smart, brave 17-year-old today, and he's almost 18. But I think about that all the time. Man, if I would have had that abortion, he wouldn't be here. But thank God that I kept him and I kept my daughter, and they are doing great today. We are all doing great today. So that's my story. I'm sorry, it just gets me so emotional all the time to talk about them, to think about my past experiences, and to see where we are today. We have managed to overcome a lot, but I am very thankful for all my family, all my friends, everyone who supported me, supported us through everything, because I'm sure without a lot of them, we wouldn't be here where we are today. And thank you all so much. thank you, everyone. And I really do appreciate you all. And I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you like the video and subscribe to our channel. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.